And somehow I know that program was like recorded before we get to see it, right? I don't know, I feel like there's so much pain hidden behind that fake smile. And to match it up, it has to keep changing his agbada and all that. I don't know. Politics, right? Let's put that aside. In Zamfara, where their governor accused some unseen hands in Abuja shielding the terrorists that they've been after several times. Some of them that they caught, only to get freed because order from Abuja said, together now, and he's not been able to control the police or the military, where have you. So the former governor of the state, Matawali, is the Minister of State for Defense, who is doing everything according to the governor, doing everything to make sure he fails. And then the people of the state will pay for rejecting him for second term. That's what the governor said. But he has decided to put probably some actions into some of his words, where they have, what's the name of they call them? Kanawas or something. Local security and JTF, large number to go after the terrorists. Remember, they said they knew where the terrorists are, like they know them, but just never have the capacity to go there and take them out, right? Maybe they now too. Here is a clip from that place. These are those who are like going after the Fulani terrorists in their states.
Ya, kore mah. Aku lagi belum agak juga. Aku belum lah. Waduh, besar kau ya bapak gaji. Emang kan aku kena di wallahi, lah kena tukar dulu. Ah, bos ni dah ada ni. Ada motor tentu juga ada. Allah, bagus ah. Bukan gum betul juga. ko ci da su kai ko na abinci su ran gaciya mai daukawa karamin kwaɗe bane balle sa musu mai mashin nawa lallaba ko sai ka dauki moto sai har moto ta askara su ayo zuni
So that's their own way of going after the Fulani terrorists, terrorizing them in their state. And to be honest, right, there's been so many of them killed in such adventures, right? But they barely get any real reports. They just say that they killed Fulani terrorists, just slaughtered 5 policemen and other member of a JTF. By the time you go check it some more, you can slaughter like 150. And that is why whenever they get to hold the terrorists, they never show them mercy too. But it is a hellhole up north, right? And most sadly too, when the higher, supposedly higher power or superior power is being controlled by career criminals who rather protect the terrorists than to protect the citizens. So it makes it more or less like a complete hell, right? I'm talking about hell. somebody compiled what is believed to be the illegality, the brutality of the Dogachi. That's the Soludom's vigilante in Anambra yesterday, right? I don't know if you have been following their political convo as Soludom is vying for second term in Anambra. His own oppositions have been like collecting all kind of like dirty speeches from him, and they've started responding too, right? So Uche, which happened to be a deputy governorship candidate for the APC in Anambra, happened to be the latest too in the array of people that Solodom had kind of like tongue lashed while he's doing his campaign. So Ekwenife responded and called, Soludom's wife hermaphrodite or something, right? And that the Soludom's professor, doctorate, wherever the professorship, right? Probably was just a departmental award that was given to you. Kind of exchanges, right? Now Soludom's wife has responded by saying that she was a virgin when Soludom met her. And at the same time, Soludom has been the only man, and a governorship campaign, sure you get, it has turned to that too. So if she's now challenging Ekwenife Uche that she should let them go to the shrine and swear if another man, if another man hadn't been on her, Soludom's wife will swear if she has never had another man and swear all her life. Now, these exchanges, people be like, your citizens are suffering, mate. The vigilantes you send on the streets are, terrorizing the people. They are killing people. That should be something, right? That should be something concerning for you. They are not this rufo nonsense fight over election. Dirty talk so. They put this together. You know what?
Oh, I got that thing come on. Carry that phone come on. Carry that.
Governor Soludo, lay cost of the Anambra State. Is it a double of Harris? Whoever about the Jenugu, why we have Dr. Mrs. Wachuku, and I'm alone at UAT Jenugu. What problem? Whoever about the Jenugu, Ndaboro, where Kusimatomba. When I go for you, and it's in Naboro, I go to Anambra State. If in Naboro, I go to Anambra State. My own Naboro today, Mota, where said the Aerobaga, Dinamoto. No Nabora, Kita, oh Nabora can less take it down. Oh Nabora, where say, no Gaya on the phone. Say, I put them madu, now will never mad my boss. Nama take go for ya. Nama take go for ya. Oh, onye ka anyị na-enene ihe a na-eme life kịta na new park mkpọ Ọnịcha ebe a ka ọ na-eme
Because people are saying that their level of brutality, right, has gotten beyond, like, it's gone beyond control. And they have always been screaming and asking Soludo to do something. Like, you're a professor. They never thought that tout, Agbero, and everywhere would become a thing in a state governed by a former central bank governor. A professor. That must kind of like count for something, I think. Right? Or maybe not in the world where they play their politics in Nigeria. So talking about politics. One of the very much prominent and outspoken member of the obedient movement attended one public gathering just recently, and he used the opportunity to at least speak on the faulty constitution, faulty electoral, law, as well as a faulty empire that continues to deny the people their constitutional rights of choosing their leaders, so to say. Now they are preparing for another charade. Like, how prepared are you? It's a long speech, but I've cut it into two. So Dr. Mo is called Dr. Mo. Listen to this.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Nigerians and CPO and all the other dignitaries and people here. My name is Dr. Moses Paul, popularly known as Dr. Mo. I'm the Secretary General of the Obedient Movement, and I'm happy that the national coordinator of our movement globally is here in person of Dr. Yunusa Tanko. But I'm also the candidate for the chairmanship of AMAC under the ADC. This is very important, and I like to put a caveat. It symbolizes what the obedient movement is about. It's a movement that is rooted far beyond the parochialism of party affiliation, beyond tribal sentiment, beyond the parochialism of religious sentiment, and everything that has broken and pulled us down. That's what the obedient movement is about. It pushes and advocates for individuals, regardless of platforms, who are upholding the integrity of the epitomization of the ideals of Mr. Peter Obi, which is characterized by the values of integrity, competence, consistency, of nation building, and holding on to what is true for us as a people. Before I introduce the keynote speaker today, in just a few minutes, I'd like to talk to us about part of the reason why we're here, which has to do with the electoral reform as a panacea for successful election in 2027. Every time, like the Mr. Palmson, host today, spoke to us about, I'm old enough to know that every time we hold elections in Nigeria, each time we hold elections, and I've been voting forever, there is a well of hope. There is this anticipation of energy that cuts across the entire country every time that elections come. Whether it's 2011 or 1999 or 2015 or 2023, there is this hope that is built across the nation. But again and again, that hope is often dashed because of the broken system of the process of electioneering that we have in our country. The malpractices, the manipulations that often go before those processes and dashes the hope of Nigerians against all odds. And I would just mention very briefly what is required for us to do to be able to hold integrity against what we must do to be able to uphold what election reforms as panacea for success in 2027, and I dare say for 2025, because George Mohalu is right here and his elections is just by the corner, which is as important as 2027. And of course, as 2026, my election is coming up. AMAC is the most important local council in the country, bigger than about 5 states. And yet, the local governance under which jurisdictions you sit today does not exist in terms of performance and governance. Very important. The president lives here. The National Assembly is right here. Over 120 embassies are here. The diaspora representation is here. Every human being, dead or alive, that has touched this country in one way or the other has something to do with AMAC. And yet, we have people who do not even understand governance, much less the understanding of the narrative of conversations lead us here. I dare say that is more important even than the presidential election, because everything is local, from education to health to transport to our livelihood to our lives. And therefore, until we have technological integrity, whether it has to do with our beavers or our registration processes or the transmission of election results, until we have integrity in terms of our technology, we're not going to go anywhere. Until we have an INEC that is independent.
So who's going to give you that? Mr. I don't know if it's Mr. or Mrs. or Miss Pambana. No. You can disagree with them. All right? At least on Maiyegun's diary political, right? You have almost everyone from almost every camp. You have those who are Showore supporters. They are here. You have the obedient. They are here. You have other one Nigerianist too. They are here. Then you have those of us whose only wish was to see when the tide will turn. A majority of you will begin to see it the way we are saying it, which is break up this contraption peacefully, not violently or whatever. That one is up to those who want to hold on to it. But that you disagree with yourselves. I don't like Shore, I don't like obedient, I don't like this or that. It's all right. It's your right, right? But what will make you a Ronuku? In fact, as a APC, whether you are even like supporting Tifnumbu, all right, you can still be here. There are those who are here too. But you know what makes you a Ronuku is that when you based your opposition to these other groups, right, on the trait of hatred and tribal worldview, because that one is not really far-fetched from those, no matter how you try to pretend. If you are a Ronuku, your comment will tell. For example, you are so angry with Obi and obedient than you ever feel about the state of the country under APC, Egbekegbe, and under Tifnumbu right now. Do you understand? Like, oh, I don't like Shore, I don't like Obi, I don't like this or that. That's fine. All right? But by the time you begin to kind of give so much of your energy, right, explaining to us why Shore is worse, why Obi is this, and you are pretty much at the same time telling us, more or less like telling us that, whatever it is that Nigeria is currently passing through, right? People should just take it. Like, there's nobody that can change that. In that sense, that will make you a Ronuku, and it's not really far-fetched. You get me now? Because anybody that is hiding behind, what do you call it? Hiding behind, I don't like this opposition, I don't like these groups, right? But I also don't really like Tifnumbu, but because of the way you, obedient, are behaving, you are now making me love Tifnumbu. Stop it. Nobody is making you love Tifnumbu. You've loved him. You've loved APC. And somehow, right, You know things are not going well. Things are not working. You know it. Or you are too probably like I don't know, like too ashamed to admit that, yeah, I know things are not working, but I like it like that. So those who don't like it, you see them as enemies. That's what makes you a Ronuku. Because a Ronuku doesn't really care about anything. All they care about most is that at least an Igbo man is not going to be president. And Tifnumbu, whether good or bad, though, he will do 8 years. And you know that kind of a mentality. It simply means that even those who are around you, your own loved ones, who are possibly impacted, you get it now, who are also impacted by the actions of the Tifnumbu, you don't really care about them. That's what makes somebody a Ronokuba. You don't like, I don't like Obi, I don't like obedient. Fine, it's fine.